Shedeur Sanders get good news from the New York Times. Zach Jackson is an insider for the New York Times, and he went on to say he believed that Shedeur Sanders will be the starting quarterback for 2026. But he also went on and said, hey, look for the Cleveland Browns to draft a quarterback for the future in this upcoming draft, as you see up there on the screen. Zach Jackson has been a guest on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, and he also is a writer for the New York Times. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, I don't care what the Cleveland Browns do. They can even draft a quarterback in this upcoming draft, and I believe they will also in a later round. But that last part, what Zach Jackson said, drafting a quarterback for the future. You don't think Shedeur Sanders can be the quarterback for the future? See, it's always something when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is just a rookie. Just a rookie. He only played 1 year. So what make you think just because they draft a quarterback a year later that quarterback can be the future? Well, they just drafted Shedeur last year. Why can't he be the quarterback of the future? You see what I'm saying, family? Anybody but Shedeur when it comes to the Cleveland Browns quarterback position. But the key thing is, what does Todd Monken really think of Shedeur Sanders? What does the head coach of the Cleveland Browns think of Shedeur Sanders? Yeah, I saw the video. There it is right there. Greeting him, telling him, hey, tried to draft you when we was in Baltimore. And Shedeur said, yeah, we'll talk about that later. But what does Todd Monken really thinks about Shedeur Sanders? Remember the press conference, he never named Shedeur as the starting quarterback. So my question to you, what does Todd Monken really feel about Shedeur Sanders? Let's listen to Tony Rizzo of ESPN Cleveland talking about the same thing. Tony Rizzo.
I saw the video of Coach Monken telling Shedeur, hey, we tried to draft your ass, and they had a little ha-ha, kiki, ha-ha moment. It was the first time either one of them had ever met each other. But what does he really think of Shedeur? I'd love to know. I don't think he's going to tell anyone anytime soon. I do think that he wants to see him up close and personal, wants to see him working, not only on the field, but off the field, before he goes ahead and makes a judgment.
That's Tony Rizzo over there on ESPN Cleveland saying the same thing. What does Todd Monken feel about Shedeur? How does he feel about Shedeur Sanders as a starting quarterback? Do he believe in Shedeur? Well, we won't know until Todd gets Shedeur in the building. And it looked like it's going to come down to Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. I believe Deshaun Watson, they will give him a good opportunity because of that salary that they paying him for this upcoming year. And Shedeur got to go out there and prove himself. Just like Coach Prime said, Shedeur just got to go out there and work. He got to go out there and work because they not going to give him anything. And I believe Shedeur can go out there and prove that he's QB1. Well, a former quarterback was also talking about this situation, and his name is Brian Hoyer. Brian was the former quarterback for the Cleveland Browns and the New England Patriots. Let's see what he had to say over there on 92.3, the Fan of Cleveland, about this quarterback situation. Brian Hoyer.
Here is QB1 going into next season. Is he currently on the roster?
I think so. If you're talking about week one, yeah, I think he is. I really do. I mean, look, I think it seems like the idea of Watson having a shot at this, and you're paying him anyways, right? I think you let him push Shedeur and let the best man win. Now, I don't know if that lasts all season, but I do think, and like what drove me nuts, and I didn't look. I think Todd Monken's a good coach. There's no doubt about it. I just thought it was such a Cleveland hire to go out and hire a guy that no one thought would be hired in this coaching cycle. He's older. This is his first chance to do it. But I do like him for the fact that he can coach different types of quarterbacks. And like when Emmanuel Acho goes out there and says Shedeur shouldn't listen to him, like this is a guy who coached Lamar Jackson to be an MVP 2 years ago. So I thought that was baseless. I think he will be able to use their skill sets and be able to play offense to their advantage. But I do think it's an intriguing option to have Deshaun and Shedeur go at it. Let the best man win. If it's Deshaun, it's Deshaun, and he's healed and he's coming back from an Achilles, and it's a fresh start. But if he pushes Shedeur to get better, then I think Shedeur's the starter. So I do think one of those guys will be the week 1 starter.
That's the former quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, Brian Hoyer, talking about the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation. He's saying the same thing. They're going to give Deshaun Watson, if he's healthy, a good look, and they're going to give Shedeur Sanders a good look. But Myles Garrett says Shedeur is the one. He's the one. He's the quarterback that started the last 7 games, and that's who we looking at. That's who we looking at to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, Shedeur Sanders. We looking at Shedeur. Now it's up to Shedeur to go out there and prove and let the team know, hey, I'm that dude who y'all been looking for, and I believe he will do that. The only thing I want, give Shedeur a chance. That's it. You give him a chance, put him in the mix with the rest of the other quarterback, Shedeur gonna come out on top. He didn't get that chance last year. They put him way down the field by himself. But this new coaching staff, I believe, gonna let Shedeur get a opportunity to prove that he'll be QB1. And if they do that, I have no doubt that he's gonna be QB1, the starting quarterback. He's the future. He's the franchise quarterback. We're gonna put all this stuff to bed this year on that football field with Shedeur Sanders. And also, my last topic is that Shedeur Sanders is losing a teammate, a tight end, David Njoku. He's went over there on Instagram and said that was his last rodeo with the Cleveland Browns. So he's saying he won't be back with the Cleveland Browns. They couldn't come together on a contract. That's what it seemed like. And he's saying goodbye to everybody there in Cleveland. The last time I saw David catch a pass was when Shedeur threw that pass to him in the end zone, and he went down with the injury for a touchdown. So, David Njoku will not be back with the Cleveland Browns. So, I'm sure that Todd Monken and Andrew Berry will be going in the draft to find a tight end for Shedeur Sanders. And also, you got to remember, likely, who is a free agent tight end from the Baltimore Ravens, where Todd Monken's coming from, it's also been reported that they're going to be looking at him and try to bring him over to Cleveland. Tight end. He's a tight end for the Baltimore Ravens, likely. So keep your eye on that. I just want to bring you that news. And on yesterday, they ended with another interview for the defensive coordinator. There it is, the information right there. They interviewed this coach right here for the defensive coordinator yesterday, and we'll see what they do today for as the defensive coordinator interviews. All right. Hey, that's the end of my show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification button. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. Don't forget, I'll drop another video around about 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And also, don't forget about the live show at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the Uncle Steve Show, along with JR Boxing and myself. Come on back. I got one of the best chat rooms on YouTube. All right. Once again, thank you for watching Sports Talk. We'll be watching. Until next time, peace.